Yo. Hi. Hard breathing true kid on this madness, yo. Nairobi, are you ready for this? I don't think so. Go get ready, big man thing. My people crazy, you better like it. Go get ready, my people crazy, you better like it. Kuja, wonder, it's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Pretty girl, Kuja, wonder, it's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Go get busy, man. It's a freaky time. That's how we do it, man. It's a party time. We can end it, boa baby. It's a dazzle thing, karibu tu caliente. Give me this front fight, girl, I'm here to conquer, girl, In the business, I'm dangerous. My trigger on the baddest. The party just started. My body's in a hurry. I enter. Looking for a bad boy in the place. Ain't nobody bad. Enter. Looking for a bad boy in the place. Ain't nobody bad. Aubrey, I'm a bigger man. Careful, girl. Shock you in this reggaeton 10 times, girl. Kuja, wonder. It's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Pretty girl, Kuja, wonder. It's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Go get busy, man. It's a freaky time. That's how we do it, man. It's a party time. Go get ready, big man tea. My people crazy, you better like it, yo. Yeah, Central Africa. Yeah, and Kenya on this madness.
Ati, spola pole wesi mi roga mama sita mi ufanya madem mwenye wanabaki kujishika. Iwe dancehall ama hip hop buda mina wakilisha tunabon. Tukwa party tunaban, hii weekend Tukendi yo hashtag, check it tunaban. Press it to the one, cha. Madem pako hapa wanadai tu vijiti. Wanjiti kwa kiti, waresh pako fiti. Weekend tunaban, adi che Wanja for the G, top on the panty.
Kuja, wonder. It's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Pretty girl, Kuja, wonder. It's a dazzle thing and never surrender. Go get busy, man. It's a freaky time. That's how we do it, man. It's a party time. Go get busy, man. It's a freaky time. That's how we do it, man.
everybody. John Sanders with Limitless Hoops. Thanks for checking in with us today. Where's my music? 'Cause I mean, I can't just perform without music, can I? I might have to. Who knows? Anyways, what's going on, y'all? Yes, I was thinking about it, and I have these two friends from elementary school. Okay, and these two friends, we were talking, and this got brought up, and I was like, whoa, that's the craziest thing in the world. And the craziest thing in the world is they were talking about holdbacks and people who are trying to like game the system by staying back an extra grade. And I was like, I always forget that I was a holdback. All right? Yes, I was a cheater. I'm one of those guys that stayed back an extra year just to be good at basketball. All right. And while it wasn't really like my choice. All right. It was, they asked me if I wanted to like do it. And I was like, yeah, sure. I don't care. And my biggest thing was, I know that I'm smart. That was what I said to myself. I was like, oh, I know that I'm smart. It's all good. All right. And so I stayed back my 8th grade year. And I was like, and I dominated at basketball, but I dominated basketball beforehand too. So I was like one of the best players in the city when I stayed back my 8th grade year. And then I became one of the best players in the state, obviously, because I'm playing against like younger kids. But in my mind, I never thought anything of it. I never thought, am I cheating? I never thought, is this like bad? And I know that's exactly what you guys think when you guys play against people. So when you guys play against like better teams and older teams, you guys are just thinking, I suck, I lost. You guys aren't thinking, whoa, no, I'm pretty good because we lost by only 1 point. I did know to a certain extent when I played against like teams from like the inner city and I had bad players on my team. What's up, Jimmy? I knew that I was like pretty good because I was carrying a team full of lesser players. I knew that. But I never thought like I should be in better divisions so that I wouldn't win as much. I just did whatever I was presented. And I think that that's like most players. You guys just do whatever like is put in front of you and you're like, oh, that just defines me. Look, you should be allowed to like change the rules here and there to like make things harder for yourself, to make things easier for yourself. And I think that staying back most definitely helped me as a basketball player. No, I'm saying that wrong. It most definitely helped my career as a basketball player because I would have graduated high school at 17. And if I'm going against older players, I don't think that I would have done as well in terms of getting recruited. But when I was growing up, I think that helped me out too because I was playing against older players all the time. And then I didn't even think about it. I was just a young kid in my class because I was born in September. And I knew that I was playing I knew that I was younger for my classes. Because my birthday came after all theirs. And I was like, I was like the youngest kid in class. I never thought about it that much because it's only 6 months, 7 months. But when you're younger, that matters a lot. So if I had to do it all over again, I guess I would do it the same way. I would say, make everything super hard on someone growing up, but they have to survive it. Right? And I was so big, I could survive it. I could play at a higher age. So my two friends, Milton and Devin, were the 3 black kids at this Mexican school. And Devin apparently was like the oldest. I didn't even know that till like recently. And then Milton was in the middle and I was the youngest. And Milton was super fast. He wound up running track for Stanford. And I could never be as fast as him. Was that only because he was 6 months older? I don't know. Or no, he was actually just 3 months older. It's nothing. But still, he's super fast. All right. And I don't know. I just thought that we had like 3 different like types of like, childhoods because of our age difference. And that was just like a really, really interesting thing. So I say all this to say, those people who stay back, if they are indeed young for their grade, I think that's wildly different than someone staying back who's already their age and then just plays out like lower. But Finley Chastain, one of our own, she stayed back. And she's doing so because of her career. So she could have like more of a chance to do high school stuff. So she'll be graduating when she's 19 years old. But if your overall career goals are the pros, I guess I see no I see no problem with that. And there's been people that have reclassified just to go to the pros earlier. So I think it's just like whatever floats your boat, I suppose. All right, so anyways, I just thought that was just a weird thing that I'm a holdback, and I was probably one of the original ones way back in the day, since I'm like 97 years old. Anyways, moving on, let's start our show. We got our quote of the day. The quote of the day today is "Speak the truth." 100. All right, speak the truth. I do believe in speaking the truth. I just in general, like in terms of like life stuff, I believe that you should always speak the truth. All right, not just because the Bible says so, because your mom says so, because your teacher said so. No, because trying to remember all the lies is super duper hard. All right, trying to be like, okay, how did I lie that time, and how that lie goes like that. It's a hard thing to do. 2, people are going to judge you based off of a lie forever. Once you lie one time, what's up, Weston and Trenton? Once you lie one time, they're never going to believe you again, so all your truths don't even matter. All right? 3, if you lie to yourself, if you're one of those people who, like, no matter what the coach says, he's wrong, I'm right, you're not going to get better. All right, so it stands in your way of taking criticism because you aren't speaking the truth. And now, as a basketball fan, and I'm a Lakers fan, it's hard. It's hard because people are always like putting you like in weird spots, and everyone wants to like lie, and everyone's like, "Oh no, our player is the best. Oh no, that was a foul." And I'm like, I have to go out of my way to always tell the truth in that regard because I know I'm cheering for my team, but when one of my teammates is stupid, I'm like, he's stupid, and it's really hard to say that because most people do not. Most people do not, and it can lose you some arguments, but I'm like, who cares, right? So in terms of life, speaking the truth is very, very good. But in terms of basketball, it's especially good, all right? You have to speak the truth to your coaches, to your parents, to your friends, but also mostly to yourself, all right? If you want to make the NBA, you got to speak the truth. You got to say it to everyone, I want to make the NBA. And then you got to do the truth stuff. So I have a famous thing, not that famous, but it's a little game that I like to play when I tap someone's head. And I tell them, what if I told you I wanted to stop tapping your head? Am I a liar? Am I a truth teller? What's going on there? And they say, well, you would be a liar. I'm like, no, but I really want to stop tapping your head. I'm just not going to stop tapping your head. And I'm telling you, I want to stop tapping your head. Am I lying? I truly want to stop tapping your head. And then at the end, they're like, well, if you wanted that, you would stop doing it. So if you guys truly wanted to make the NBA, you would do those things. You can't just say it. You have to do it. So I think speaking the truth is what the part that we forget about it is the doing part of it. All right, we might speak the truth, but we don't live the truth, right? All right, so that's the quote of the day. Speak the truth. So make sure that you are as truthful as can be. Place yourself in as like a big of honesty boat as you possibly can, so that you can do things that are well beyond your capabilities, even. Okay. All right. First thing that we're going to talk about, besides all that, is a product review, and the product review is you. You are the product review. All right. And this one is Steph Curry. All right. I'm going to ask you a question. You answer it right down in the comment section. If you had Steph Curry and you were coaching him, all right, the Steph Curry that we all know Steph Curry, okay? He's a great shooter. And you started coaching Steph Curry, and he had a game like this where he went 3 for 14 from 3, 4 for 21, and he only had 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 12 points. All right, how many games like this in a row would you allow Steph Curry to have before you benched him, or before at least you asked him to stop shooting as much? How many games like this in a row? Now, you've seen Steph Curry. You know he's done this for over a decade. You know he's a great shooter. He's built up some kind of like trust in everyone on earth. I think for me, someone told me it would take 10 games, and they would be like, Steph, you got to do something else. It would take 40 games for me, maybe half a season to tell Steph Curry to stop shooting. I would say, keep going. You're good to go. All right, but how many games for you to tell him to stop shooting? I bring this up because one of our players, Connor, he wanted to shoot some threes, and then he goes out there in the tournament, and he was like 1 for 10, and then he shot a deep one from like almost half court. I've seen him make this shot. I know he's a shooter. The coach had never seen him make any shots that were like prolific. So to her, she was like, stop shooting it. And she told him to stop shooting. But when she told him to stop shooting it, he got like a little perturbed and like it made his shot worse. His mom got upset, all this other stuff, right? It's weird, right? It's weird. But she had never seen him make it. And I told him, that's because you didn't go to her practices. You could have shot during her practice and showed her that you're a good shooter, but she didn't know that. She has never seen that. All she sees is this. So if you haven't built up the level of trust that Steph Curry has, how do you expect to have that much leeway? So for you guys, when you guys are like, hey, I know you've never seen me make a shot in practice, but I'm going to shoot them during the games. I'm like, what are you doing? I've never seen you make this shot before. I've never seen you post homework online before. I've never seen you do it. So show the coach that you can do it. Show the world that you can do it. And one day you'll have as much leeway as Steph Curry. All right? It's a hard thing to do, but you have to prove it to people. You have to have a good product review. You have to have people need to know who you are before you start jacking up shots and you expect the coach not to say something. All right? You throw up a few bricks and be like, I think I know you now. Stop. So you got to earn their respect. You can't just expect to be given that ultimate green light and feel all good about yourself and be like, Coach, when you tell me not to shoot, it makes me sad. Dude, he saw you go 0 for 4. And you're like, but when Steph Curry goes 0 for 4, they tell him, keep shooting, bucko. And it's like, no, you have to earn that route. And you can earn it. Again, earn it step by step by posting the homework, by making shots during practice right in front of them. Don't say that's too much pressure in practice. Then making it during open gyms. Then making it during team practices, then making it during games. It takes step by step. You can't just expect that overnight. All right. Let's go to our itinerary of items that we're doing today. The itinerary of items that we're doing today, we are doing Micans. All right. That's just from point blank range from both sides, keeping the ball high. Fake reverse layups. That's a really smooth layup drill for small people so that they can score on bigger people. All right. We actually have a video for that one if you want to check that one out. Fake reverse layup. It's like taking the same steps as a reverse layup, but then you lean back and shoot it on the strong side. You know what? I'm going to show you that one since we don't really show you guys too many on these days. But where is it? Fake reverse layup, right? Wow, that's fun. We actually have a video for that, but I have a video of me explaining it. Which one should I show you? Which one should I show you? I'm going to show you me doing it real quick, okay? But after I say all the other ones. Then we have the poly series of shots. That's when we go over the screen to shoot a whole bunch of shots. Hopefully you guys understand that one fast. And the hardened step back, which is a great drill. Post feed wing cuts is how you pass the ball to the post. And if your man turns this way versus that way, how you go against his face. Then we got one-on-one cutthroat, which is just playing some one-on-one today. End of play scenario, something that we can practice on at the end of play. So like at the end of the course, at the end of the shot clock, we have a go-to play. For us, it's 180 tangent. Then we got double the post on the dribble. We're going to teach you guys how to play defense on the post person so we can attack them. Outlet passes with the back to the sideline. Missed free throws on purpose. Going to talk about that. And then 10 plus seconds down by 3. If we're down by 3 with 12 seconds left, we probably need a quick 2. A quick 2 and then we can pressure. Unless we have like a wide open 3 possibly. But let me show you the fake reverse thing real quick. Okay, so watch this very, very fast.
Okay, so we have the fake reverse layup. For a fake reverse layup, it's done the same way as our actual reverse layup, which from the side, it looks like this. We're coming in with our last step. We're gonna dribble with the same hand, same foot, all right, on this side, on the outside. So after that dribble, you're gonna put the ball up, take 1 step, take 2 steps, and before you hit the center, you want to be able to shoot the ball from this side. Now that's a reverse layup. But for a fake reverse layup, you do the same exact thing, but instead of going out like this, you're going to lean back and go up like this. So basically, as this guy's coming in to guard you, he can't guard you from both sides. Unless he's as long as Giannis Antetokounmpo, he can't guard you from both sides. So he has to choose one, and whichever one he chooses, you can show the other one. So as it ends, again, you take that last step. You're right here, 1, 2, 3, and you can even show it on this side, and then lean back. You can kind of twist it in the end as well.
Am I gonna make it?
You want to see it? It looks like this. You're here, lean back, and just score.
So
now where it looks
pretty simple. All right, but it's very, very clever because you can be on both sides of the basket, and literally they can't stop both. Why we shoot with our strong side hand on this, I don't know why. I think it's just easier to twist the ball, but also they're trying to avoid the foul. So don't be afraid to use that against you. If you shoot the other one, it kind of opens up your body and it's way easier to block. All right, both of them are fairly easy to block, but only one of them pushes them aside to show them like, hey, I'm right in your face. You better move out of my face. All right. So that's all that we're doing for that. Moving on to our, where am I going now? To behind the scenes thing. Behind the scenes thing. What am I talking about for our behind the scenes? All right, we're talking about input versus output. Okay. Now this one is specifically for Mason. I know Mason doesn't watch the show, so. And this is one of the reasons he doesn't watch the show. Mason says, I want to be so good, but he goes, I can't make the NBA. I can't probably even make varsity, but I want to be so good. I can't do the homework, but I want to show up to all the workouts. Mason wants to be good in front of someone's eyes. Mason wants to be like the best student in front of the student, and then the teacher's like, now go home and study, and he never studies. Mason wants to be good in front of the teacher by being like golden child, and then outside he goes and like kills a raccoon. All right, it's like no, he's worried about the wrong things. He's worried about getting like the teacher's attention. He's worried about getting like his parents' approval. He's worried about getting the coins that we give out. He's worried about getting the attendance marks to go up. He's worried about all these like things that a lot of people in life are worried about, because a lot of people are worried about the output. They're worried about the output. All right, but they're worried about the wrong part of the output. It's really, really weird. So I guess it's input versus output. Input versus output. So I'll say that they're worried about the input. All right, they should be worried about the output. All right, you can see this many different ways. But in real life, the input is money. You put money into something, like into an employee, and then he goes out and he works. Right? And the process of him working equates to building skyscrapers. And then if you look at it, we've built skyscrapers, we've made Starbucks, we've made restaurants, we've built a whole world of things, but we've also spread money around everywhere. Now, if you had to remove one and keep the other, which one is more important? If you had to take all the money out of the world, so that there was no more money in the world, but we got to keep the skyscrapers, the buildings, the restaurants, everything like that, would that be better or worse than removing everything like the skyscrapers, the buildings, the restaurants, and we live in caves, but we still have money? No, that would be horrible, right? So the input isn't that important. The input is fake. All the gold stars that you get in class, they're only to make you smarter. So if all you do is steal the gold stars, well, that doesn't mean anything. And all you do is care about the gold stars. I mean, that's good if you're like studying to like get smarter to get more gold stars. But really, as long as you're studying, it's all good, right? And that's where some people might be like, well, what about the homework? You want us to post the homework so you can glorify us. Can't we just do the homework and not post it? If you're doing it, but you're not. All right, so it's like building like an underground secret city in your head, and I can't even see it, and you're like, yeah, no, it's there. Prove it to me, all right? Or at least like go out there and dominate in the games. I'm not seeing it. So what you do need a system where you pay people money, and I need to know that they're doing the work. So I need to see the process. So that's why we post homework. But then the output is going to be you actually getting better for the games. So which one matters out of those three? Obviously, the process matters a ton. The output is what you care about. The input shouldn't really matter. The input are things like the attendance. We put that out there to push you to work hard. We tell you good job or bad job because we're just trying to push that into you to make you do more. Stop focusing on how the coach says something or how much money that you're given or like anything like on the input side of things. Make sure that you care more about the process and more about the output. And if I had to put all three of those in order, I would say that the input is least important. Then I would say that the output is second most and the process is the most important. All right. If we're out there working, putting forth passion to something, who cares about the end result? All right, and if you don't get any money for it, who cares about that? The process matters more than everything else. Then the result matters. All right. Did you get the result that you wanted? Did you get better at it? Did your team win? Did the input can just switch from random things, and it's whatever inspires you. Yes, you do need some kind of input, but at the end of the day, the person that needs the less input to get the most out of themselves wins. If all I need to tell you is, hey, great job, and you go out and work 29 hours a day, I'll be like, wow, all I said was good job, jeez. All right, but if I need to be like, come on, you can do it every single day, and I wake you up in the morning, I'm like, come on, I'll pick you up, I'll carry you, come on again, and like I'm getting exhausted, I have to put so much input into it, I have to give you like $1 million to even try hard. Yeah, you're not gonna go that far. You need way too much energy to process any kind of output. All right, so that's my input versus output. I've already talked to Mason about this because he doesn't watch the show. He's never gonna watch the show. But maybe one day we can talk him into it. All right, let's watch the story of the day. Watch it. Some draw, others doodle, and some sketch their way through life. But you should make sure that you take the initiative to focus on each and every day like an artist of the highest caliber. Your goal should be to make each day your masterpiece. All right. Each day should be your masterpiece. Your goal should be to make each day your masterpiece. I know that's a lot of pressure on you, but every day matters. And imagine if you were painting like an awesome portrait. I used to see my life like that. All right. So whoever's out there right now, let's say that it's Weston. He's out there. He's going to become an NBA superstar, and he's going to have a movie written about him someday. That movie's going to be a long movie, okay? There's going to be different parts of the movie. What did you do today that will make the movie? What did you do today that everyone will be like, wow, that's amazing. I want to be that guy, or I can never be that guy, or wow, I got to tell someone else about this guy. Have you done anything today like that? Did you do anything yesterday? Will you do anything tomorrow like that? Can you do that every single day? Because if you can, then you're going to be deserving of that movie. If you can't, then you're not going to be deserving of that movie. So it's a masterpiece that you're creating day by day. See it like that. All right. Here's our trivia question today, and you can answer at any point in time. All right. I believe I asked it last week. No one answered it last week. Who was the first NBA player to sign a $100 million contract? Someone might have asked it last week. Answered it last week. It's probably Kieran. Well, who cares? Just type it in. See if you can figure it out. And it's not someone that you would think. It's very, very strange. All right. So that's the trivia question is, who was the first NBA player to sign a $100 million contract? First person to answer it wins. Whoever answers the most by the end of the month wins the entire thing. Kieran is killing. He's killing like he always kills at this game. All right. I think that the more that you know about the NBA and all this trivia stuff, it actually matters because it makes you care more about it. Juwan Howard is the answer. And Wes gets it right there. Let me add a point to Wes Chambers. All right, great job. He was indeed the first $100 million contract. And it's funny that out of the Fab Five, he wasn't even like the most prolific person from the Fab Five. That's another trivia question that he played for Michigan. And they were like 5 freshmen who all went out there and dominated. And they almost won the national championship, but Chris Webber called it a timeout that they didn't have. But he was the first player. Wasn't even like that great of an NBA player, but he's first player ever to sign a $100 million contract. Very, very random stat. All right. Now we got to move on to a video, and it's a great highlight video. It's an awesome highlight video, and it's about Joel Embiid dunking on someone.
Second chance points and fast break points that has created this margin for the Nets. Oh, Joel Embiid.
And then injuring himself. He knew he was injured. How do you throw the ball off the backboard and try to dunk it when you're already injured? How is this a thing? How is this something that you should be trying? I mean, did he need to do that? Was that essential for him? I mean, but in his credit, he did come back for the next game. And this shows you how great he is. Even while injured, Joel Embiid continues to dominate. He dominated before he got injured, dominated while he was injured, dominated during his injury, dominates now, came back from an injury. But you know that you're pretty fragile, Travel. And you throw the ball off the back, and then lands on that leg, and that leg is not good. It is not good. But he came back and I think he scored like 35 points the next game. Couldn't play this game though. Did he need to do that? That should have been maybe a foul too. I'll give him that. Maybe a foul. But man, you got to take care of yourself. If you know that you're injured, you got to take care of yourself, man. I'm just saying that health and fitness category, you got to take care of yourself. And moving on to our poll question of the day. Our poll question today, all right, is this guy Frederick Weiss, who got dunked on, infamously dunked on by Vince Carter when Vince Carter jumped over the dude. He's a Frenchman, and he says, "I hate Joel Embiid." That sounds a little bit. Oh, he's looking so French right there. Looking so French right there. Yeah, he says, "I hate him because Joel Embiid didn't choose their team for the Olympics." All right, so now Joel Embiid was actually born in Cameroon. And I believe Cameroon refugee maybe made him go to France. I'm not even sure, but he has dual citizenship with France. Now, he got his citizenship with America as well because I guess he likes America. Girlfriend's from America. I'm not sure why. All right, so he has triple citizenship, except one thing. Cameroon does not allow that. They're like, if you have more than one more citizenship, you are off. You're out of here. So they kicked him out. So he's basically not a citizen of Cameroon. So he couldn't play for Cameroon if he wanted to because he got American citizenship. The poll question today is, which team should he play for? So because of his dual nationality, he couldn't play for Cameroon. All right, it's a weird rule. But which team would you want Joel Embiid to play for? I kind of don't want him to play for the United States. I think it's so weird that he's playing for the United States. I don't hate him for it, but he's not American. I mean, I know that race shouldn't matter. Where you're born shouldn't matter. We shouldn't even have borders. But the Olympics is one of the reasons why we have fewer wars. I think people just need to get their competitiveness out. Because when the Olympics started, like in 1896, or whatever it was, I think it was 1896. Since then, there's been so fewer wars. We've actually talked some countries out of war by telling them, if you do the war, we won't let you do the Olympics. And they're like, oh, but please, okay. Look, we're behaving, and it's so weird, right? So with that said, I think that we do need to honor this. Now, with that said, America is a bunch of cheaters. Because our country has every nationality in it, as long as you're born here, you're American. Of course we do well in the Olympics. We have the best figure skaters because we have Asian people. We have the best basketball players because we have black people. We have the best, etc., racist talk because we are mixed with everyone. So now as this world is growing, shouldn't those mixes kind of like be in the same realm? It's like, like Rui Hachimura is, Rui whatever his name is, he's black guy, but he's from Japan. Absolutely, he should play for Japan. But I do think that this takes it too far. You can't just like choose where you're going to play. Now, Cameroon did not qualify for the Olympics, so he couldn't play for them at all. So he wants to play in the Olympics. So I think him playing in France is just as weird as him playing in America because he's never even lived in France. Let's throw that out there. All right. So while we associate Embiid with the French national team, he's not really French at all. So him being American is just as weird as that. So maybe he should just be allowed to play for Cameroon. I think they should like renegotiate this whole thing because it's just a strange thing. But who should he play for? Who should he play for? I just think he's not American, dude. You weren't born here. Get out. Get out. We got it. We got enough guys. We got enough guys. Anyways, don't forget we got shooting tonight. I will be there. And the quote of the day is speak the truth. Speak the truth. Do not lie to anyone, including yourself. All right. And let's all get better because of those truth-telling expeditions. Okay. All right. That's my time. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Let's all get better together. Okay. You guys are improving a lot. Really, I really admire it. Keep going. All right, peace out, you guys.